No weight room anymore. You're going to gain 50 pounds like Peter every year.
Yeah,
right?
That's what
tradition.
That's what we do. It's like the Masters. We love it.
The tradition is that this week now becomes prediction.
That's what we do.
I don't know if anyone else's palms are sweating just yet, but I have tradition is that this week now becomes shredded in my house. I'm trying to look at playoff teams, but today.
Three different categories.
It's prediction week, a.k.a. the P-Shregs Invitational.
Oh, no.
Peter's become a celebrity picker in the sense that his picks are so good and so right, and he nails it every single year. Peter, you ready to rock and roll? Show the people?
I was thinking of doing a YouTube or Rumble special of my Super Bowl pick, but it's going to be done right here on Good Morning Football Thursday morning. We'll do the other categories leading up.
You're not going to try to monetize it?
I was going to. I'd love to. There were no takers.
Do it for the click.
I was on Threads looking for,
Good.
All right, it's time for the lead block. Since we are 3 days away from kickoff.
Truth Social.
3 days.
Sparkle.
This is a rematch of last season's AFC Championship game between the Chiefs and the Ravens. Lamar Jackson is not viewing this game any differently, though. Why would he?
Any game I play, and I feel like it's a revenge game, so I'm not just going to look at this game like a revenge game. Anybody we play, no matter if we beat them or lost to them previous years, I just want to win.
Of course, he just wants to win. All right, here's the assignment at hand. Peter Schrager, you're up first.
Okay.
Person, player, coach, or owner that you feel before we play any regular season football has the most riding on this season?
Ooh, I like it. Starting out hot here on Labor Day, week 1. We are here, folks, in Los Angeles. And I'm on the West Coast. And it's nothing here in L.A., although there are two very interesting teams. It's not one of the teams that was practicing out here in L.A. all summer, though there were 3 other teams that were here. I am looking up the coast, and I am looking at that coach who's kind of growing out the hair, just like
yeah.
I'm looking at my guy, Kyle Shanahan.
Shan Man.
Kyle Shanahan, the Shan Man. This is the year that Kyle Shanahan maybe gets that ring. We know the history. They go to the NFC Championship game or they go to the Super Bowl just about every season. And last year, it felt like it was the magical season. Kyle and the Niners came roaring through the playoffs. They beat the Lions in the NFC Championship game. They're playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They get to overtime, and they decide to receive a curious decision. Of course, they'd ping-pong the ball back and forth, and it was another Super Bowl that Kyle Shanahan came up short. And this offseason, there was contract issues with Brandon Aiyuk. That seems to be settled. There's a contract issue with Trent Williams. That's still lingering. Some leaders, Eric Armstead walks out, goes elsewhere. Some other players have left. Some others have been joining. But I look at this past weekend, and Kyle Shanahan, they had a little party with Brandon Aiyuk, with Deebo Samuel, with Rick Ross, the boss, and this is what Kyle wore to the party.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Now, I have been texting with sources. It was actually a great Gatsby theme.
Is your source wearing number 17 in that picture?
It might have been Rick Ross, the boss. I might have been. It was a great Gatsby theme.
That's Scott Fitzgerald.
And I think, a guy who's got so much riding on this season as the head coach of the 49ers with contracts, everyone wants to. Purdy's got to get paid at some point. We've got to pay. Talanoa Hufanga has to get paid. Kyle's coming in there, and he's grown the hair out. He bookended his summer with the McCaffrey wedding, where he was wilding out, and this amazing great Gatsby. This is me saying, hey, I've got the swag. My team's got the swag. You guys could poke holes in us all summer long. We good. In fact, we Gucci.
He Gucci.
I think Kyle Shanahan's got the most riding on this season. I also feel like he has no doubt.
But it's like he's trying to run a one-man band out behind his seat. And he's coming. This is a make-or-break season. He's got to make an impact. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Brandon Mason Show. Man, that weekend, I got to tell you, over the weekend, there was a lot happening. And I kept sitting there going, we're live on Monday. I'm like, I hope people know that. I shot a couple messages out. I said, we're going to be live today. I know a lot of people were like, it's a holiday. Maybe he won't be there. Well, guess what? I'm here. I told you I'd be here. I got my coffee lined up here. And we're talking about a lot of interesting things we have to talk about today. Obviously, the 49ers are shooting the update on what happened. Okay, Ricky Pearsall, we're going to go to that in a second. smacks the Florida Gators. We're going to talk about that. Right into, I don't know if you know this, but Abilene Christian, a school, their team was hit by a drunk driver, DWI accident there. We're going to rally right into some conversation today. Let me tell you something. And last time, when we went on our live stream, we were talking about some stuff, and boom, we had a power outage. I was sitting here, and I heard, I'm like, what the hell was that? I saw shit flickering and rocking. I said, you know what? We didn't get a chance to finish our conversation. I threw the 49ers again. Will they make the Super Bowl? In the live stream right now, pick the answer right there in the poll. Will the 49ers make the Super Bowl again? Are they going to get back again with Brock Purdy and all those players? We're diving into it right now. I got my coffee here lined up, and bang, let's go. 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall shot during a robbery. Now, listen, why I wanted to break this down is so important for people to understand. Players in the National Football League, okay, obviously have money. Okay, obviously you're getting paid contracts, walking around. Pearsall here from UF had a great, had a little college stats going there, gets to the NFL, shows up. They want him in the game, some injuries and things like that. But now listen, here's what we're going to break down right now. If you don't know who Ricky Pearsall is, the guy was doing some autograph sessions out there in Union Square, San Francisco. Nice little charming area, if you want to call it that. And basically, somebody was obviously targeting him, a 17-year-old. Okay, we're talking about a 17-year-old kid at this point. I want to know what you guys think. A 17-year-old kid, quote unquote, comes up to him and demands his watch. Talking about a Rolex here. And instead of him giving the watch, they get into a tussle, right? They get into a tussle, and it ends up the 17-year-old shoots Ricky Pearsall in his chest. Now, his mother said he got shot. It went in his chest and exited out his back. Now, I don't know if you guys understand when I say this. It's like some unrealistic type conversation right now. The wide receiver gets shot in the chest and it exits out his back. Now, first off, he was in critical condition. Now he's in stable condition. He's in the hospital. I think he should be okay. That. But should the 17-year-old be charged like an adult? Yes or no? 17-year-old goes out there, demands the Rolex, shoots him in his chest, bang, goes out his back. Luckily, the grace of God, he survives this whole thing. In the hospital, some players and 49ers players are tweeting, he's okay. Do you think right now that the 17-year-old should be charged like an adult, or should the 17-year-old be charged like a juvenile delinquent kind of situation? I want to know what you guys think. And then I want to talk about this for a second. If you're in the NFL and someone approaches you and says, give me your necklace, give me your watch, at that point, there's a couple things going through your mind, okay? Number one, you're tough. You're in the NFL. You're not giving your shit up. Anybody that comes up to you and goes, give me your watch, give me your necklace, you're like, nah, my necklace. You don't want to get punked right in front of people. You have necklaces and all that on, whatever. Look at my necklaces on here. Tell me to tuck these damn things in properly here. So what I'm saying is, when that happens and someone demands, and good morning to all you guys that are coming in here, try to say as much as I can to you guys before the show starts. If you come in at 9:55 live, I can talk with you directly through the conversation right there. But I'm just saying, should this guy be charged, the 17-year-old, should be charged like a juvenile or should be charged like an adult? And the reason why I'm saying this is because of this. You're in the NFL and a guy approaches you and says, give me your necklace, give me your watch. And first thing you're like, you're not getting shit from me. Now, in your mind, you have to be thinking, okay, this guy is trying to take my shit here. He may have a weapon. He may have a gun. He may have a knife. Are you with your family? At that point in time, the watch is really not that important anymore. Now, no one wants to be, an easy target, right? You want to go up there and be like, oh, yeah, I'll take all my shit. I get it. I get it completely. We're all tough, especially playing in the National Football League, playing high school football, college football. You're a tough guy. I understand that. I'm not giving anybody shit. Right? You're going to have to fight me for this, end of the day. Now, if they have a weapon, at that point, you take your watch off and hand it off. Why? Because nobody's tougher than the goddamn bullet. I know a lot of people out there, obviously going to be like, I'm going to fight them to the end. I understand that. And look, I get it. We all have that nature when you're tough, I'm going to fight. But you got your family to protect. You got your mother, you got your father, no one wants to see you get shot over this. Now, I don't know if he knew he had a weapon, obviously. He might have came up and said something. They started tussling at first. But at the end of the day, what I will tell you is this. If you're in the National Football League, you make a lot of money. Do you realize you could just buy fake shit all the time? You could buy fake jewelry all the time. No one's going to question you. No one's going to go, oh, that's not a real Rolex. What do you mean it's not a real Rolex? If you make the amount of money where you afford Rolexes and you make millions of dollars in National Football League, you make millions of dollars, you're in music or you're in real estate, whatever your type of line of work you're in. If you're making millions of dollars and everybody knows you're making millions of dollars and you pull up with a fake Rolex on but looks pretty, I mean, there's some good people out there that can make some fake shit that look real. If you pull up with some fake shit on, they're not going to know the difference. So if you're going out to nightclubs, you're going out to restaurants, if you're going out with a lot of people around and you are a quote unquote target because you're in the National Football League or you're a celebrity, there's no reason to do that. Like, look, I get you deserve it. You should be able to buy it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that people should walk on eggshells because we need to let other people bully us around and we can't wear what we want to wear. We can't buy what we want to buy. I'm not saying that. What I'm just saying is, there comes a point in time, I believe it was Terrell Owens, even Ocho Cinco said too, they wear fake shit all the time. If you wear diamonds in your ears, you know how many fake diamonds you could buy? And who cares if they tarnish? You can wear the shits like, for the month and just get new ones, or like, I don't know, $20 or $50 or whatever the hell the case may be. Instead of getting $10,000, $50,000 earrings for what? No one's going to even care. And if they steal it, you're like, you can have it. Here, take it. You can have it all. Matter of fact, here's a pair for your mom. There you go. Happy. Guess what? You walk away, you're alive. You're not shot. You're not in the emergency room. And I'm just saying, the reason why is because you got some suckers out there, right? You got some suckers out there that are jealous, that are not going to work hard. They're not going to work hard. They're going to take what you worked hard for and turn that into the... We got a lot of people out there in this world, and I'm telling you, I talk about it all the time. You guys know I bring it up in the live stream and the political stuff. There's a lot of people out there that don't want to do shit for work. There's people out there that deserve the help, and rightfully so, they should get it. But the people that are not out there, where you need assistance, where you actually are living, like you are plenty fine to do everything in life. You can work, you can run, you can do whatever. And you're not out there busting your ass because for whatever reason, you're lazy or you have a lack of focus, whatever the case may be, and you're out there stealing from people, robbing people. They're out there. And so all I'm saying is this: if you're flying under the radar and no one knows who you are, you just happen to walk by, no one's really checking you out. Some people like that should wear some real shit because no one cares. But when you're a celebrity and you're signing autographs and you're in San Francisco and all of these people are watching, I'm talking all the fans that love you, all the fans that hate you, all the fans that love the 49ers, all the fans that hate the 49ers. They're all there watching you sign autographs. And when you're signing autographs out there, I'm just saying, everyone is looking at you. And you know what? Unfortunately, there's some ridiculous people out there. And here's a picture here pulled up of Ricky Pearsall. This man was shot in the chest, and the bullet came right out his back. Okay? I'm saying that again. He was shot in the chest, and the bullet came right out his back. And you can see right there with the name on the helmet, that's when you're getting started to get OTAs and off-season workouts and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just saying, he's in stable condition now, supposed to be fine. All the teammates said he's fine. I know what you guys think in the live stream right now. Do you think this man should be charged as an adult or as a juvenile? 17 years old, robbing people for shit. Now, obviously, a lot of people come from bad backgrounds, grew up doing it, and sometimes you're having a hard time and you're like, I just got to get ahead, and life is hard. And rightfully so, life is hard. You know what's going on in California right now? California is in shambles for a lot of reasons. We talk about that shit on our live stream. We're not going to miss that conversation with our Trump and Harris debates, which will be on here live. But at the end of the day, California is going through some rough times as well, like the rest of the country, rest of the world. But let me tell you something. When you go out there at 17 years old and you're robbing people at gunpoint and you're shooting people trying to get, you're going through some rough times. I'm just saying. Hard to discuss with people, obviously, that are like, oh, he's 17 years old, he should be a juvenile delinquent. And then it's like, dude, you shot somebody and you literally could have killed. To the graces of God, you shot a man for the 49ers through his chest and it went out his back. You know how powerful that's going to, through your whole body, past everything. You got bones, you have major arteries and organs and shit. How on earth does it go through your chest and miss everything and go out your back? I'm just saying, God was on his side 100%. You guys agree with me right now in the live stream? Do you guys agree with me right now in the live stream that this man, should be charged in some kind of way that, and it's hard because if you have a kid, you're like, my kid's a great kid, I don't know why he did that. You're going to go to court, you're going to go, my kid has never done anything wrong before. He's such a good kid. He's gifted. We help him. From his whole life, we were always supporting him. And then kids make dumb decisions at random times. And this was considered a random attack, not something that is normally happening where they approach athletes, or whatever the case may be. It was the autograph session and then led to the situation where this man was literally shot like that. Should he be charged as juvenile or should he not? Moving on to the next piece of the pie here, and I got some things I want to show you right now because we're updating our systems and we got some stuff with YouTube. I hope we got it right. But are the 49ers a Super Bowl team this year with Brock Purdy back in action? And the reason why we're doing this is because last week we had this up on here and we had a power outage during our show. So I want to know what you guys think right now. 49ers a Super Bowl team, yes or no? And hold on a second, because I believe we have it set up properly, where I think we have some interaction here. We got some game tape here.
Touchdown to Brandon Aiyuk.
Let's take a look at this for a second. So we got Brandon Aiyuk, obviously got signed, re-signed,
Aiyuk breaks free.
and he's back in business right now. Watch Brock Purdy hitting these passes on the money here. Take a look at this.
Four-man rush over the middle. Brandon Aiyuk is wide open.
Brandon Aiyuk gets hit again for the first down. And I'm watching the 49ers, and I'm seeing how they're operating. I'm seeing there Christian McCaffrey there, too. Let's not forget that Christian McCaffrey there, too.
Purdy looking up top. Downfield he goes, and he's got Deebo Samuel.
They have some amazing talent on that
Deebo with a
roster.
gain of 8.
Let me just tell you right now, the 49ers have
Second
some
and 12,
talent.
back to the air. Purdy
Ricky
looking
Pearsall
end zone.
was shot.
Brandon Aiyuk.
Brandon Aiyuk again for a touchdown, right?
Got his
Brock
second
Purdy
touchdown.
gives you the dynamic of being a dual threat quarterback as well.
Contested catch
Can move around the pocket.
against Patrick
He's got
Peterson.
players, right? He's got Brandon Aiyuk. He's got, look, people like
John
Deebo
Lynch
Samuel
loves
shit.
it. Get off
they
the
got some
field
talent.
here.
Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. But I'm taking a look at these plays right now, and I'm watching him go back. Make plays where it's like,
lets
scroll
it
up,
go.
get down the
First
field,
down to
bang, and hit his
Brandon Aiyuk.
targets. That is what
Brock Purdy
a
kept it
quarterback
alive
does.
and then
That's been in
threaded the
National
needle
Football League
for
for a while.
completion of 16 to keep the
Notice
drive
his
going.
reads,
Now
right?
for Purdy.
Go from one read to the next read to the next
bring
read.
an
And let's
extra
not
man.
forget,
Purdy
fast
feels
forward,
him
comes
coming,
outside
gets
the pocket
away from
again,
Fitzpatrick.
gets outside, lets it fly,
And finds
bang, hits
Deebo
receiver again.
Samuel. Great
And here's the thing.
snag. First
He's got,
down.
obviously, Brandon Aiyuk.
Got a corner, Joe,
He's
down at the bottom. It's a
you can go
mismatch.
down the
Gotta love that. Gotta give him the ball,
and then he goes to
right?
the backfield, and he also has Christian McCaffrey.
Over the middle,
Right?
it's
Deebo Samuel,
Aiyuk.
George Kittle. If I fast
Empty it out
forward this
with
right
4
here, there's a
targets
bunch
to
of
the
clips.
top.
There's a bunch of clips. Of,
Purdy in
one second.
trouble.
Can you
Gets
guys hear
rid
me
of it.
okay?
Has Aiyuk first down to midfield.
There's a bunch of clips
Aiyuk
right
was
there
wide
of
open.
Brock Purdy doing the damn thing. But
On
anyway,
3rd down and 4.
Can you guys hear me okay? In the live stream right now, put a Y in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. One second. You guys can't hear me on there? I apologize. You guys can't hear me during the live clip. I'm sorry. A couple things I have to adjust there on our live stream. I apologize. I was just telling you, watching Brock Purdy. And can you guys hear the video okay? I should have turned the video up a little bit more. I'm sure you guys hear the video, but you couldn't hear me. I have to make an adjustment there. But listen, at the end of the day, Brock Purdy is out there, and Brock Purdy's balling. Brock Purdy is making plays with his legs. What I was trying to tell you is during that little clip right there, the audio adjustment has to be adjusted. I apologize as we're expanding our studio. There's some complications we're adjusting here. But what Brock Purdy's doing, being able to scramble outside the pocket, make plays with his legs, hit targets. Brandon Aiyuk, and I was even saying he had people like Deebo Samuel, then he's got Christian McCaffrey, he's got George Kittle at the tight end position. This is the kind of thing that the 49ers really have an opportunity this year to ball out. Obviously, what their wide receiver shot is bringing some attention. And last week, we got cut off our power outage during our show, so I didn't get a chance to go over it right now. In the live stream right now, are the 49ers a Super Bowl team this year again? Yes or no? Will they find themselves back into the Super Bowl again? Brock Purdy was great the first year, shows up, obviously was third string. Trey Lance gets out hurt. Jimmy G out hurt, then gets traded. Trey Lance with the Cowboys. Jimmy G left, went to the Raiders. And then you had, Jimmy G also just being moved around is out of control. But then Brock Purdy steps up and he makes plays. He becomes an impact player for the 49ers. Will they make the Super Bowl this year again? We'll see what happens. And move on for a second. Miami Hurricanes smack the Florida Gators. And let me tell you something. Watching college football this weekend, every channel you turn to was college football, college football, college football. I got to tell you, I was excited. There's nothing like turning, the channel every click and seeing another game and another game and another game. And maybe that's just my TV because my YouTube TV is programmed to show me all the shit I want to see. And I don't care if it's Division II. I don't care if it's high school. I put it on, I'm like, this high school game. Turn it, boom. Florida Gators versus UM. Let me tell you something. Watching this game, I got some highlights right here. And obviously, we got an issue here, so you can't hear everything, obviously, during the play-by-play here, showing the video. I apologize for that. I'm going to make the adjustments on that but just for the sake of purpose here for 1 second, I want you guys to see some clips right here of what happened during the Miami Hurricanes, the Florida game. Obviously, I want to see you guys see some clips right here live. You can't hear me talking, so I'm going to be looking at it like you guys. We make the adjustments. So the reason why I'm not talking is only because you can't hear me, so I apologize. But take a look at some of these highlights right here and watch it with me just for a second.
Ron Roberts, one of the gritty veterans of coaching. Ward drifting back again, floats it complete, and into the end zone goes Cam McCormick, one of the great stories of college football.
And here on the touchdown catch, he pays it off, right? Came back, wanted to be a part of this team, felt like it was going to be something special. And on the very first drive of the season.
On 2nd and 7, over the middle, complete as he goes to Horton.
You guys can't hear me, right?
Here's Fletcher with a blocker in front, and Fletcher will take it right in.
I'm just saying, watching get out there and literally smack the Florida Gators. I got to tell you, I was like, okay, this isn't good for Florida right now. Maybe Miami Hurricanes are that good. Cam Ward came back, the transfer from Washington State, the quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes, came back, and he's balling. He goes, I'm not going to the NFL right now. I'm staying. I want to win national championship. And as you saw, the Miami Hurricanes were going buck wild. And I got to tell you, I got to fix that situation right there because I got to get on this. I got to get on this segment right here where I can talk to you guys right here live during that play-by-play to go over and discuss what I'm watching those highlight clips, because Cam Ward coming back was an important part of the Miami Hurricanes. They had a couple of quarterbacks actually transfer in here, and I appreciate it. Mile High, we appreciate you. Gifted a membership, baby.
Smoke weed every day.
Let's go. We greatly appreciate that, man. We appreciate Mile High in the building. We do have a lot to talk about. I'm just saying, like I said, as I'm making all the major adjustments to our platform over here, we're live video rocking right here for you guys. And again, I'm going to show you that clip in a second. I was going to forward some stuff, but I can't communicate with you during the freaking video. But at the end of the day, UM was out there balling. The Gators did not have an answer for it, and that was a problem because I got to tell you, you get into the first week of the season, it sets the tone for the NCAA football. Let me break this down for you. Typically, the 1A teams play a small team. When I was at Pitt, we played against, some other teams that were a little bit, I would say, give me a second. Can you guys hear me okay? Put a Y in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. Put a Y in the chat if you guys can hear me okay. And congratulations, I know it says on here, Vince got the membership. I appreciate that. Throw the dice in the chat. For any new member that comes in here, whether you like him or not, comes in here, Vince stirs it up. He always stirs it up in the chat right now. Throw the dice in the chat. Greatly appreciate you guys that are coming in here. But let me tell you something right now, real quick. I have a question for you guys. And Iris, I appreciate you coming in. Whatever you do, don't hit the same thing too many times because our moderators are going to think that you're out there spamming and they'll mute you. So don't hit the same damn button too many times. Make sure you just put it in a couple times. At the end of the day, let me break this down for you guys so you can understand. When you start NCAA football, okay, and you show up, you open that game. When I was at Pitt, we played against a smaller team at first. You're at Pitt, you play against, a AA school. Maybe it was a Delaware of the world, or maybe it was, literally you would just step down a notch. And it'd be like, okay, that's a good team to play. But the 1A team would smack them every time. Right? If you watch college football for years and years and years, you watch and go back, you will see the beginning of the season, that team, the big team, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame, Florida, UM will play like FIU. Other teams will play small teams and get started out there. Until Appalachian State showed up and was smacking people. People are like, we better not play them first game. They're going to go bananas. But at the end of the day, I got those live clips on there, and I just think the Miami Hurricanes this year have something different. Yeah, they got some players, they got some talent, they have some good coaches, but more importantly, the city is growing. Miami is growing. The city is growing. I'm going to break it down for you right now and show you something right now. The University of Miami is on the rise. Why is that? Here's a picture right here to show you an example, right? This is what the campus looks like. I want you guys to understand something. I'm not trying to pull up a million pictures, but this campus is professional. I'm talking, you wake up every day in palm trees. They have some great stuff on campus. The campus life is beautiful. All the money that's coming to this area is pouring into a lot of school districts. And University of Miami, a private school. Let me just tell you something right now. You have a shit ton of things going on in Miami. The outside surrounding talent of what's going on. And why this is important, I'm going to break it down for a second. Why the University of Miami is on the rise is because everybody wants to be a part of growth, right? You have a quarterback that's going to go somewhere like, hey, come to Miami. We got the whole thing going where you can pay players now, right? The NIL with the collectives and all that, people in the transfer portal. Hey, come to Miami. You get palm trees. You get a beautiful city. Look at it. Look at it. You're playing down the street. The stadium, right? Not far from here, 20 minutes. Look, the campus is 15 minutes. Just due south of here to Coral Gables, you got the University of Miami. Then if you go north and you want to hit the stadium, right? And then look at these other parts of the city, right? We have in our city, okay, Brickell City Center, a mall within the city. Look at this. This is literally in the middle of the city. And it's just built by famous architects, like literally the whole time, and you have the whole skyline, just showing you why people want to go to University of Miami. Why it's so important and why they're getting all these talents and all these players is you're going out, these families are coming in, you're going, hey, bring your kid here, and they take you around and show you, right? Recruits go out and they take you go to not to mention, you got Miami Beach. You have all this stuff going on, and then you have all the sports teams, and you go, wow, a lot of players come here, and they go, holy shit, the U was a big-time school back in the day, and now they're trying to bring it back. And when they smack Florida, and I'm not saying Florida is the best team in college football right now, but it is University of Florida. Like, it is UF. It isn't like you played against a AA school. You know what I'm saying? You went out there and you played against a top program in the country, in UF. And when you smack them like that, it's either A, Florida's having a terrible season this year, or the University of Miami is back and they're coming strong and they're on the rise. And I'm just saying, after seeing what's going on there, there's some big and important stuff. And again, I'm going to fix the highlight clips so I can pull it up. I have all of all the highlights I just showed you right there. You just can't hear me for a second. You can see what I'm talking about here. Give it 5 seconds. Check it out.
1.5 minutes until halftime. We'll start on the ground with Johnson, who turns the corner. And here goes Montrell Johnson. Hello, Swamp. Go ahead and let him hear it. Ward. Quick strike, and into the end zone goes Xavier Restrepo.
He saw coverage.
As you can see, I mean, in general, it's just watching that team, and I had it on here why they smacked Florida. I said, okay, they got something going on. They got players staying, coming back. The quarterback, Cam Ward, stayed back, didn't go to the draft, said, I'm going to come back, I'm going to ball out and win some stuff. And I appreciate you guys coming to the live stream right now. I got a quick little thing I want to tell you right now. Another piece of conversation that you guys may have seen, maybe didn't see. Abilene Christian team bus crashes into a driver. Actually, the driver hit them. DWI crash. So can you imagine just trying to come home from a football game after 4 quarters of a football game? Your team bus gets struck by a truck. Another younger kid driving the vehicle. And this is what makes us so worried about our kids driving early, right? Another accident here. And the bus, there's 4 people injured. Obviously, from the bus there, 4 people. If I read the whole thing here, I had the whole report actually pulled up. But 4 people on the bus, players, a driver, injured here. But can you imagine you're driving home from a football game, and this happens when you're playing against a team that's fairly close by, a couple hours away. You'll take that trip via bus. The team will show up. You put your little outfits on, little button up, dress all sharp in a sport coat. You'll take that drive. That's what we did at Pitt. I'll tell you that right now. They made us dress up crazy. We had to show up and constantly be dressed up and taking those trips. And then you get hit by another truck, and it's like a younger kid driving this truck, speeding, drinking, hit your truck. You're like, this is like the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's the kind of thing that literally happens. And look, this kind of stuff has to be brought to your attention because some people don't see this stuff and recognize these kind of things. Why? Because they stay focused on the LSU, the USC, the Michigan, Ohio State. And I get it. I would focus on it too. It's a lot more fun. It's interactive. And a lot of people are watching all day long. But this school bus with a football team on it crashed into a DWI driver, obviously arrested, taken into custody there. We'll see how that pans off and goes. But here, last piece of the pie here, I want to talk about some college football playoffs update and why this is so important this year. I want you guys to understand something. 2024, 2025, it has changed drastically, obviously, moving into the 12-team playoffs this year. They're not going out there just having all these damn bowl games. And look, if you guys have seen college football for a long time, do you remember all these bowl games? Cotton Bowl, Holiday Bowl, Citrus Bowl, Hawaii Capital One Bowl, Birmingham Bowl, Toilet Bowl, Like really, it was the Fiesta Bowl, like all these other bowls, the Rose Bowl, like those were the important ones, right? Like the Orange Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, the Rose Bowl. You know, we have all kinds. We have the Alamo Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Goodyear Bowl, the Vizio Bowl. All those bowl games are like one of those things where everybody gets a trophy, right? Like everybody gets a trophy. And what was your favorite bowl game? Drop it in the chat. If you guys watch bowl games, drop it in the chat. What the hell did you put on every year? I used to always watch the Orange Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl. But this year, they're going to 12 teams. In the chat right now, who's going to win the national championship this year? Who do you guys got winning the national championship this year? Who do you guys pick in college football? Obviously, we're a big-time NFL on the platform, but who do you got winning college football this year? And I watch those bowl games. My dad used to say, yeah, the toilet bowl, you know, like, because there's so many bowl games. And when we played, even at Pitt, we went out to the Fiesta Bowl and went all the way out to Arizona, and they give you a check and they give you like a DVD player, all these things that were just coming out, right? This is before, I think, even the iPhone, or when the iPhone came out. It was like, oh, here's a portable DVD player. Here's this. You get like the new headphones and the iPod when that came out. Remember all that? We were given all these cool things. And I'm just saying, now it's different. And why is this so important? Because all these years, you play football, you win 5 games or whatever the hell it is. And like, oh, you're in a play, you know, you're in the bowl game, right? You're in a bowl game. And I'm just like, I appreciate, my damn coffee is always in the goddamn way. I appreciate all these people getting in bowl games and watching the season continue. But everybody got a freaking trophy. It was like, if you played football, you won 5 games. Some of them had like a losing season or something, and they're still in a bowl game. It's like, give me a break. Like, it's not like Little League where everyone has to walk up and everyone you swung the bat one time, you get a trophy. I get that. Encourage little kids to grow. High school, college, pros, it's did you win or did you lose? Like that's what it's about. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You can pretend, oh, it's about the, you know, camaraderie. Look, did you win or did you lose? If you lost, no one cared. Like, that's just how it is now. Unfortunately, that's how it is. So in these bowl games right now, and I got to show it up, they're getting a 12 team this year. Not a 4-team, a 12-team. And last year, you saw what happened. You have teams that miss the opportunity to get to the playoffs undefeated and don't get to the playoffs. Well, this year, there's going to be nobody that's probably undefeated that's in the top 12. So they're going to bring it there and have 12 teams this year play for the national championship. And I'm freaking excited about that because now we get to see who's the best that year. On top of that, injuries play a big deal, right? Obviously, you can be the best. You can be 10-0, lose your quarterback, and all of a sudden you're in the you're heading to the playoffs. But realistically, without that quarterback in the game, that starting, running back, whatever that case may be, might really severely drop your chances of winning the national championship. But at the end of the day, at least it opens up the chance for college football to set it up in a way right there you guys can see. It starts off with the playoffs right there. If my eyes were better, I'd read it better. And that's how we're building it, putting this massive TV in front so I can read it better. We got the playoff first round. We got the playoff quarterfinals. We got the playoff semifinals. And then we have the national championship game that we played this year in 2025. So I'm going to see what you guys think about that. But I am so excited to see college football playoffs change in a way that brings you, hey, here's the people that get in. And I don't think there's going to be a problem this year. Last year, 4 teams is tough. 4 teams is tough because you're always going to have your Alabamas of the world, your Michigan, your Ohio States of the world. You're always going to have some teams out there that you go, they should be in there. Okay, now top 12, I think there'll be less headaches. Someone that's number 13 is going to be like, shit, I wish I didn't get it. I get it, but you're still getting top 12, right? Even top 10 would have made it okay. But 12 teams going to an opportunity to play for the playoff game. I don't think anybody that's number 12 or 13 is going to beat the national championship number 1 team anyway, so I don't think we're going to miss any opportunities there. I think this is a good situation. I'm excited to see what happens this year. But man, watching this year was rough. Yesterday, I got to tell you, opening was a rough start for the Florida Gators. I know they're going to try to bounce back. They're going to make some changes. If you're going to lose, at least lose the first game, right? So you can bounce back and maybe win out is the opportunity, the goal to get to the playoffs. That's what they got to do. But to get smacked that bad, I have some clips on there. We're going to fix some of that in the live stream so you guys can hear me talk during those videos because I got a lot to tell you during those play-by-play action-packed clips right there. I want you guys to see those replays, understand where I'm coming from with some of this interaction. But as we head off right here in the chat right now, if you didn't put it yet in the live stream right now, Ricky Pearsall shot during a robbery trying to take his Rolex. Should that 17-year-old kid be charged as an adult or should he be charged as a juvenile? Like, that's what I want to know what you guys think right now. And I'm kind of put into perspective where I don't really, if I look at it like someone did that, I'm like, yeah, he has to be charged. And then I start thinking, What if it was your kid, right? And you have a good kid. I'm not saying you have a kid who's an asshole. I'm saying you got a good kid who you know is a good kid, and you believe in him wholeheartedly, and you know he's a good person. You know, that's a tough situation I got right now because some of these people are going to be conflicted with that. And right now, guys, this is part of the show right now where you get a chance on here to click on the chat right there, put a hashtag in front of your message, and it'll pop up on the screen right now. If you put a hashtag in front of your message right now, it will pop up on the screen. Let me know how you feel. Should this 17-year-old kid be charged? What did they do about this? Like, he shot him. He didn't kill him. The bullet went through the chest. If you just joined us right now, hit that like button. If you're part of our show right now, smack that like button right now. Run that up. If he got shot, imagine Ricky's parents. Ricky's only in his, new to the NFL, just left college, still a young guy. Shot in the chest, exits out his back. Should that 17-year-old be charged with, I'm just saying, should he be charged as an adult or as a juvenile? And right now in the live stream, make sure you put a hashtag on your message so it pops up. I'll do my best to do that on the screen right here as I move forward. Here's a message right here coming in from Brian. What's going on, Brian? How you doing? I'm going to slide my screen over so I can read your message better. But we have a message right here on the screen. Let's get this on here so we can read this to people here. If that was my kid, let him go. I'll fix him myself. Right? Like that, that's true, right? People get out there and be like, look, when he gets home, his ass is in trouble, right? We're literally worried about kids going to school at this point. Like, my kid's going to school and doing the right thing in school, or pushing a kid, or doing your work, finishing your homework. I'm talking about this guy's shooting somebody. He comes home. He might not go outside again, right? Like, that puts the whole family in turmoil, right? That's true. And Brian said, if that was my kid, let him go. Let him out. I'll fix him myself, right? But if you got something to say, you want to pop on the screen right now, all you got to do is put a hashtag in front of your message, and it pops up on my screen. If you put something on the screen, put a hashtag in front of your message and repaste it again. I see messages coming in, but they won't pop up here for me. Copy and paste your message on the screen again and put a hashtag in front of your message so it'll pop up on the screen. Annie, what's going on? Charge him as an adult. Annie said you got to charge him as an adult. I mean, again, 17 years old. 17 years old. It's such a hard freaking situation. And it's not a hard situation for Ricky. It's not a hard situation for the 49ers, and it's not a hard situation for his family. They're like, oh, yeah, imagine if he shot your family or shot your kid or shot your mom. You'd be thinking a little different. I think some people would look at it a little bit different. Am I right? And right now, again, hashtag in front of your message, pull it up on the screen as part of the show where you can say what you got to say. Just drop it into live stream. It pulls up right now. Here we go right now. Kentrell's got a message for us. Juvenile justice systems are designed to focus on rehabilitation and education, while adult criminal justice systems are preliminary focus. Let me see I don't know if I got the whole message here, on punishment. If you read it, it only shows XYZ amount of characters there. He said, and again, what he's saying right now, what Kentrell's saying, that our justice system for kids focus on rehabilitation, helping them grow and educate them. And when it comes to adults, it focuses on punishment. Is that true in the chat right now? Do you guys believe that that's true? Is that what really is going on for our world? I mean, is that what we're looking at right now? And this is kind of important, right? This is kind of important to say right now. Candy's got a message for us on the chat. Let's bring it up on the live stream. Let's read what it says right here. You know, my eyes can read it. As soon as it pops up, bang, there it is. Candy said, charge him as an adult. He wanted to act like an adult, have a gun, and use it in an inappropriate manner. Shake my head. Now, that's a hard situation, right? It's a hard situation, right? And people are like, yeah, obviously, he did what he should not have done. I believe every parent out there is going to be drastically upset by this. And again, it's going to be, they're going to take guns. I mean, now all the Democrats, they take our guns away. You know, that's going to go. So we got to be careful, right? People out there, how did he get the gun? Then it's going to come down to where the gun came from, right? And then Justin, I believe you had a message in the chat. I appreciate you joining our live stream. Got to put that hashtag so I can see it. I just kind of scrolled down. Justin said here, charged as an adult. Lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten. Wow, that's a strong message, right? Read that again. Charged as an adult. Lessons not learned in blood are soon forgotten, right? And that's the crappy part about the whole situation, right? Is like, if you don't charge him, if you don't go the furthest extent, if you don't do what you got to do right now and give this young man, kind of like a strong, I guess, punishment, if you will, then what happens is it's, he did. And then the next person that does it, well, you didn't charge him. Like it's a trickle effect. So, the rehabilitation behind this, the blessing behind this realistically is that Ricky Pearsall is still alive and not dead. Like that's one of the major things we know that's actually good is the fact that he survived. If he was murdered and he was killed over that Rolex, it's already going to be a problem, but I would imagine it will get a lot worse. And everyone that's coming here, good morning to you guys. Throw the dice in the chat if you're in the Mason mob. Good morning to you. Bergman twins coming in the building. I just saw you, Cap for Life, coming in the building right now. Let me see what else. I can kind of see some messages. If you want to first time in here, guys, if you want to get popped up on the screen, put a hashtag in front of your message so I can pull it up on the screen as we expand our show. We're going to have a lot going on here. Let me see. The damage is already done in the United States. To worry about justice system now is like worrying about Pats cheating too late now. You read this right now. He said the damage is already done in our country, said it's just going to keep happening. They can't stop. Are you saying it can't stop? You guys agree with that? Do you guys agree with this? Do you think that the damage is done and it won't be stopped? Like, is that what you're trying to say right now? Is it that they won't, like, we can't fix it? We can't fix it. Is that true? You guys agree with that? And I appreciate you guys leaving messages. I like to pull them up on the screen. You guys agree with it? I want to know what you guys think. This is an important conversation. I greatly appreciate you guys coming to the live stream as we get ready to expand our show. It's going to be phenomenal. A lot of people coming on, special guests coming on during our play-by-plays. You guys are going to love it during the games. We got one on Thursday here coming up. This isn't a good kid. This is a wannabe thug that was broken from the start. Okay, so that's a good part. That's a good question, too, and it's a good message. Some of these kids grow up and they don't have a chance. Like, the truth is, they're born in a rough situation. They're taught all the shit that they know from a bad perspective. They've seen a bunch of negative shit happen. And then they grow up and they go, well, shit, we're done. We grew up in this. We're never going to amount to anything. And they just have this negative approach their entire life. I think that's what Brian's trying to get across right now. This isn't a good kid. This isn't someone who was a good person or had good opportunities from the start, I should say. Maybe he wanted to be a good person, but he didn't have good opportunities. Is that what you're saying, Brian? You're saying this is a wannabe thug that was broken from the start, like he never had a chance. Is that the truth? And that happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I do believe that this happens all the time. And I want to say thank you, Cap for Life. I appreciate you for giving us some love on here on the platform as we expand our show. I greatly appreciate you. Cantrell said, prosecuting juveniles as adults exposes children to the dangers of detention system. Read it again. Prosecuting juveniles as adults exposes children to the dangers of adult detention system. Is that true? Do you agree with that? Should they get some of that exposure? Should they feel the dangers of it? Should they know, hey, I don't want to go in that shit. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. Like, I don't want to get arrested. You guys agree with that in the live stream right now? Put a hashtag in your message if you want to pull it up on the screen right now. This is part of the show. Anything you say, you can pop it in the Chrome. Welcome to the building. Roger, welcome to the building. Everybody, if I haven't said anything to you, I appreciate you coming into the live stream right now. Brendo, good morning to you. If you're coming into the building right now, this is your chance to pull your message up on the screen right now. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say, because as we expand our show and we move forward on our show, and we have people that are coming on our platform, and they're going to be calling in that number down at the bottom of the screen. I know Vince was trying to call in on the last show. One of the attorneys in New York was trying to call in. He had a lot of things to say. But down there at the bottom of the screen, that number is the number that we use to call in. And when I make it active, that's just set up on the screen where people can start calling in. But it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to put links in the chat. You better click on it, and I'll be sending it to your emails for our live guests who'll come right on our show and hang out with us every freaking day in the mornings. We're going to have people coming on, hanging out with us, which is going to be freaking awesome. I appreciate you guys hanging out this morning. Look, it's Monday. It's a holiday weekend. Like, what did you guys do this weekend? Did you guys have some fun? Did you guys hang out and do some cool stuff? I got to tell you, I was out there, had some kids out here, a lot of fun. Went to some parties. It was kind of cool. A lot happening, a lot going on, and all this stuff to me in the media, how people are getting shot, shit. It's like, man, I'm just trying to wake up, have my coffee, and enjoy my day with kids and family. That's a lot alone right there. Forget the Rolex. Like, the Rolex, I know the point. Getting the Rolex so you can go pawn it off to get money or sell it or take it wherever you're going. I get why. I get why. But at the end of the day, it's like, man, like, what a bad, rough start for that 17-year-old kid, and then it sucks for a lot of reasons. It really does. It sucks for a lot of reasons. Message right here coming in. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see if I have another one for you guys. Good people. There's a message here coming in from Brian here. Good people don't demand from others. They don't go from having character one day to armed robbery the next. That's a good message. What do you guys think about that right now? Good people don't demand from others. They don't go from having character as a good person. I think that's what I was trying to say. It's not like they show up and they're like good people and we got a lot going on and this kid's going to amount to something. And then the next day being an armed robbery felon the next day. Do you guys agree with that? Like that was a true statement, right? You guys agree with that? Like people have character, they don't, and people make bad decisions. I believe people do make bad decisions at the wrong times, right? That does happen. But truthfully, right, like let's be clear, like people do make mistakes. But a lot of people, it's either you're a good person, you grew up right, or you grew up the wrong way, right? Like let's be honest with that. That's how it usually is. Roger got something to say. The threats have to be removed, plain and simple. You guys agree with that as well? Like and then the whole thing with the gun, and then they're going to say, oh, you can't have guns. Like, no, people that have guns that should not have guns, they're going to get guns anyway. The people that have illegal guns are going to get illegal guns anyway. I want to make that be clear because people say, oh, you should get rid of guns. We need to protect ourselves. And I don't want people that have guns that shouldn't have them. I agree. But at the end of the day, if someone comes into your house, wants to rob your house or hurt your family, you got to be able to protect yourself. And the whole point is to protect yourself against a bad government as well. Hope people understand that. That's so important. And I like that message. The threats have to be removed, plain and simple. If you want your message to pop up on the screen, all you got to do is put a hashtag in front of your message right now. If you have anything to say, put a hashtag in front of your message and it pops up on the screen. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. I saw the Instagram. Pippa Mama dropped the Instagram in the building. Thank you. If you're on Instagram, follow me, Brandon Mason Show. I will follow you back. Just message me, send me a direct message, say, hey, I'm on your show. Great. Because as this grows and continues to build and lots of people start coming into the live stream in the morning so people get the hang of seeing the shows on every day, I get hundreds of messages from people. Hey, I want to watch your show. I'm like, we're on in the morning at 10 o'clock. And they go on like I was on 11 and 12 and whatever. At the end of the day, the reason why we're on at 10 in the morning is because when the morning comes, we want to give it to you first. We don't come out at 6 o'clock tonight and you go, oh, yeah, the robbery. Yeah, I'm telling you now because later on it's going to be all over the internet like it's already been over the weekend. So that's why we're on at 10 a.m. every day. And remember, we have our live play-by-play coming up this Thursday. We have the Chiefs and the Ravens. Let me tell you how crazy I was. I thought the damn game was last week. If it wasn't for Mile High saying it's on the 5th, I was like, the 5th? Why is he saying the 5th? He kept saying the 5th. I'm like, the 5th? Man, I went back. I'm like, shit, the game is on the 5th. I'm screwing up. So I went back. I had to adjust myself. But this Thursday, we are live. I was just too excited, I'll be honest with you. I was ready for football. We have the Chiefs, we have the Ravens, and we have it live on Thursday. The first game of the year. Who do you guys got? Chiefs or Ravens? That's going to be an interesting matchup. The first freaking game of the year? Can you believe that? The first game of the year, we have two teams that are supposed to be powerhouses in the National Football League. Chiefs or Ravens? Who do you guys got? Who are you guys picking as we get ready to sign off today? I greatly appreciate you guys. If you're in the Mason Mob, throw the dice in the chat right now because we're getting ready to get lit this season. And let me tell you something. When I say get lit, we're talking about football. We're talking about games. We're talking shots during them live streams, baby. We're taking shots at God glass right here. This is the lucky double shot that we take during the live stream every freaking game, which is going to be a long season for me. I'm pretty sure as long as people start running in the building for those games, they're going to be a good time. I appreciate people that are in here right now. Listen, it's Monday. We don't have work today, right? Are people home today? It's a weekend holiday, right? You guys should be home, hanging out with me, bullshitting, and heading into, you saw the expansion there. We got some live video. I apologize. We're going to fix some of that. That's going to come on. We got guests coming on. We're expanding the studio. We're changing the background. There's going to be some cool situations going there. And on social media, I was posting all last year and the year before. This year, we're getting ready to start back up where every day, as soon as we start our show and we're going to have live clips from here, uploading, not just the live streams. There'll be clips popping up, those quick 2-minute, 3-minute clips of each individual segment. And then we have on social media, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. We're going to be live everywhere, Instagram. We're going to be live across those platforms, just like we're live on YouTube right now. Be live everywhere. And I will take those little clips and put them on all the shorts and the reels all over for the marketing ability. So we're going to grow. We're going to expand. You guys are going to love. You're going to start seeing all on the feeds. People are going to start joining our show in the morning. It's going to be a lot of fun as we get ready to start some of our marketing and advertising on our show. We appreciate you guys. And let me tell you something. A lot happening over the weekend. College football, big part of the weekend. But now we're heading into the NFL. The NFL's back. Guys, can we get NFL in the chat right now? Can we hashtag NFL? Remember, during our show, during our messages, after the live stream, remember everything. We have to use our hashtags. Hashtag NFL, hashtag 49ers, whatever we're talking about. Hashtag shooting, hashtag USA. put the flag, whatever you do, we'll start using those hashtags, because as we're scrambling around through all social media and scrolling through everywhere, those hashtags are going to populate throughout social media. Let all those people join in and go, oh, they're talking about the 49ers. Let me check that out. Or they're talking about the NFL. Let me check that out. Or they're talking NCAA football. Let me check that out. That's what we're doing. So we're getting ready to get started with that live on our platform. I appreciate you. Count for Life, thanks for joining us today. I think it's the first time in our live stream. We appreciate you. As you see this expand, it's going to be amazing. Brian, thank you. Candy, thank you. Roger, thank you. Pitbull, Mama, Annie, Tracy, everyone joining our show today as I scroll up. Kentrell, we appreciate you. If I didn't see Chrome, we appreciate you. If I didn't see your name yet, I'm scrolling up trying to see Brenda, we appreciate you. Thank you. Throw a message in the live stream. Mile High, baby, we appreciate you. You know we appreciate you, Mile High, big part of our program. We greatly appreciate you. Justin came in the building today. We appreciate you. Guys, scroll down right now. Put a message in the chat. If I didn't say your name right now, I just didn't see your name for a while. Let me go up there and see. I appreciate it. We're live every day, every day. Billy, what's going on? Billy the Kid, we appreciate you. Thanks for coming in here, hanging in the building. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, he was in the BKFC chat. That's right. You were in the BKFC, Billy. We appreciate you. There's going to be a lot going on. We have some fighters that are coming on our live stream. You guys will see live in here. If you haven't seen it before, go back and check out our live. Once we start the marketing, everyone coming in the building, it's going to be a lot of fun. I greatly appreciate you guys joining our show. And remember, tomorrow, be on here at 9:55. Don't come at 10. We start at 10. Come at 9:55. The countdown will start, and I can communicate with you guys right here on the keyboard until the show starts, because as we get ready to rock and roll, we have a lot to talk about. We even have the live debates on our platform. It's sports entertainment. We got the politics. We got Trump. We got Kamala Harris. We got a lot to talk about. I'm going to bring it to you live right on this platform. The live during the debate, we're live right here. But tomorrow, 9:55. Have a great rest of your Monday, and enjoy today's day off if you have the day off. If you don't, get through it. Get through this week. The summer's over. We're in September now. Rock and roll for the season change. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day. See you tomorrow.
It all starts Thursday, September 5th.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so as